What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Newbie Ghost review. Today I'm going to be looking at Friday the 13th, the final chapter, Jason Voorhees from Neca. This Jason is one of my favorites. I guess really it's a toss-up between 3 and 4 since there's not much of a difference. But first I kind of just wanted to go over the 3 Jasons I do own from Neca. As you can see on the left, I have Jason from Friday the 13th, Part 3. In the center is obviously the new final chapter. It's not open yet. We'll get into that. And then on the right is Part 6. So really, Part 6 I'll talk about right here because I'm not going to really reference him at any part during the video. He's good. I don't like him as much just due to character design. It's nothing in the way of Neca or how they portrayed him here, but just something about like the utility belt and the gloves. In my head, that's just not Jason. I think of Jason when he first gets the hockey mask, parts 3 and 4. That's really the definitive Jason, in my opinion. But of course, I'm a huge Jason fan, so I just have to have them all. And since I am such a big fanboy, you can expect to see some Friday the 13th reviews coming out through this channel. I'll probably be doing all the movies at some point, but that's definitely in the future. So getting into packaging, most of the NECA Definitive Ultimate Editions, whatever they're called, they follow the same formula. Usually it's the cover of the movie or whatever it's portraying on the front. In this case, obviously, it's Friday the 13th, the final chapter, part 4. On the sides, you have an image of the toy inside. Pretty cool. And obviously, it's the same on both sides. Now on the back, this is where you have, different shots of Jason, some of the accessories he has and he comes with. He's showing them off here. And in addition to those pictures, you get a nice little bio in the top left-hand corner. You could go ahead and pause the video right now and take a look at what that says. And then obviously there's the bigger image in the background, which is showing the Pamela Voorhees tombstone he comes with. Now flipping the box around, popping this open, you can see the figure inside. He's got a nice clear window. And then on the opposite side of that clear window, you have a really nice image of Jason. There he's touting his double-edged axe. And yeah, I like the clear window. I really think it's cool. I like how you see all the accessories. But let's just get this guy open and see what he can do. So getting into his accessories first, you can see here he's got 2 different masks. He has, really it's the same mask. The only difference is the chevron. So the one on the right is just a little bit more worn. You can see the one on the left has the 2 cheek chevrons. They're just a little bit less faded. The upper chevron's just about the same. Now, he also comes with 2 heads. So the one on the left is just earlier in the movie. You can see he's still got the gouge in his head from part 3. His face just seems to be kind of like decomposing a little bit more since part 3. And then obviously the one on the right is later in the movie when he gets whacked in the face, which I think this head right here is so cool. I'm going to keep that on the side just so I can show you later when I'm showing you some of the knives and stuff he comes with. He also has an additional right hand. This one is just a little tighter than the other one. I think it's better for holding some of the accessories. He also comes with his mother's tombstone. Probably rather have the severed head with the mantle, his little shrine to his mother, but whatever, tombstone's cool too. So then obviously he comes with a bunch of accessories, more so I think than any of the other Jasons. But here you can see what I was talking about earlier. The head has this cool little slit in it, so you can like recreate the end scene where Tommy Jarvis kind of whacks him in the head with the machete. And this is probably the coolest part about this figure. Actually, the second coolest part. But here is machete. I mean, every Jason should come with a machete. This one's bloodier than any of the other ones he came with. Then he's got this corkscrew, which is pretty cool. The kitchen knife, pretty cool. I think he uses this on the nurse in the beginning. Then he has the double-edged axe, which is pretty unique and pretty cool. Every Jason should have an axe. The butcher knife is different. I like that. He also includes this saw that he uses to kill the guy Axel from the morgue in the beginning of the movie, who dies watching a Jazzercise video. So, just overall, he comes with a lot of accessories and a lot of different unique weapons. I do like that about this figure. So now, real quickly, I'd like to just look at the differences here between parts 4 and parts 3 Jason. As you can see, just from the front here, looking at these guys are pretty similar. You see that the shirts here are a slightly different mold, but you can tell it's the same shirt, just a little dirtier. Same thing with the pants, slightly different mold, and part 4 is obviously beige versus the blue in part 3. Now, looking at the two hands, I don't know why I have this hand up, but I do like this hand a lot more than the part 3 Jason open hand. I think it looks a lot better. And now turning the Jasons around, you can see they're pretty movie accurate. Jason Part 3 kind of has like a thicker back of his neck. He also has like a little bit of a hunch to his back. So, every movie Jason changes slightly. And this is pretty accurate. That's kind of why I lean towards the Part 3 Jason. But yeah, this looks good. Now looking at the articulation on the figure, this is a Jason figure, obviously. So it's not like he needs to be super articulated. If he can hold an axe with two hands and he can swing an axe, that's pretty good to me. So you see his arms here. Well, first we'll start with his head. So his head goes all the way up for the most part, goes all the way down pretty good. His arm swings all the way around. His elbows bend pretty well. They go about that far. It's good enough. Same with this hand. You can see here that the hand falls off very easily if you try to adjust the wrist. But overall, pretty good movement in the upper body. The lower body is really stiff. His leg comes up to about there. His knee bends about that much. It swings up that far. It swings back that far. And swings, and he can do a split about that far. So, the lower half of this guy is pretty stiff, and I'm okay with that. Jason is really just supposed to walk around and swing knives and axes at people. He's not supposed to necessarily be able to do a bunch of crazy flips or kicks or anything like that. So overall, articulation is exactly what it needs to be. So I guess in conclusion, what I'd say is this. This Jason, if you don't have part 3, is better. If you do have part 3, it's similar enough that you could probably skip unless, you just want to have them all like I do, or you hate your money like I do. Then go ahead, pick this one up. But if not, stick with part 3 Jason. If you don't have part 3 Jason, pick this guy up. He's for sale at Toys R Us and most of the major online toy retailers, so definitely grab him before he gets before the price gets jacked up on Amazon. But thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.